Hello there and welcome to the Catholic Focus News Briefs, where we bring you the key developments shaping communities across the country. And in this edition, from global developments at the Vatican to economic pressures affecting commuters and major land reforms unfolding along the coast, we bring you stories that continue to shape daily life and national conversation. I'm Asasha Elizabeth, together with Ken Mwangi on sign language interpretation. We start in Vatican, where Pope Leo XIV has continued with a series of high-level engagements at the Vatican, meeting government leaders, diplomats, and international lay organizations in what observers say is part of his renewed push to strengthen the Church's global pastoral and diplomatic mission. The Holy Father has emphasized the need for Church leadership to prioritize unity and the spiritual growth of the faithful, cautioning against any tendencies towards personal power or self-interest within ecclesiastical structures. His message comes amid ongoing efforts within the Vatican to deepen pastoral renewal and reinforce the Church's role in addressing contemporary global challenges. The Pontiff has also introduced new teachings on the sacred liturgy, urging the faithful to live out their faith in daily life beyond the walls of the Church. In his pastoral address, the Pope further called on newly accredited ambassadors to the Holy See to foster cooperation in advancing global peace, dialogue, and international solidarity. And back here home, commuters across the country will have to wait longer for relief in transport fares, despite a 10-shilling fuel price cut announced by President William Ruto. Matatu operators say the reduction is too minimal to significantly ease operational costs, especially after months of sharp fuel price hikes that have pushed up the cost of transport and basic commodities across the country. Leaders in the public transport sector are now calling for further reduction in fuel prices, arguing that the latest review falls far below industry expectations. Reports.
Public transport fares are expected to remain high despite the government's latest fuel price reduction announced by President William Ruto. Leaders in the Matatu sector say the 10-shilling drop in the fuel prices is not enough to offset the sharp increases witnessed over the past months, particularly on diesel, which powers most public service vehicles. Speaking in Machakos town, Lower Eastern Matatu Owners Association chairperson Onesimus Chalo welcomed the president's move, but maintained that operators had expected a reduction of at least 46 shillings to ease pressure on the transport sector and commuters.
Tumeona rais amepunguza mafuta tena na shilingi 10. Kwa maoni yangu, kwa niaba ya watu wa Machakos, tunasema hiyo ni kidogo. Expectation yetu ilikuwa atapunguza vile tulikuwa tumeuliza shilingi 46, lakini tumeona amepunguza na shilingi 10. Kwa hivyo tunasema bado nauli itabakia kuwa juu, manake hiyo ni asilimia kidogo sana kulingana na vile tulikuwa tumetarajia, ama kulingana na vile mafuta ilikuwa imeongezeka bei.
Chalo noted that the fuel prices have continued to affect not only transport operators but also the cost of goods and services, saying wananchi are still struggling with the rising cost of living.
As things are, ni bei bado itabakia kuwa mahali iko, itabakia kuwa juu, na tunauliza abiria pia waweze kutuelewa. Manake kushukisha bei haijakuwa immediate. Kama sasa ingekuwa immediate tungeangalia, lakini bado niseme hata shilingi 10 ukizingatia kwamba mafuta iliongezeka na shilingi 46 ya diesel. Kwa hivyo bado mafuta iko juu. For the last 2 months imeongezeka na over 70 shillings. Kwa hivyo bei itabakia tu kuwa juu ili nao sisi tuweze pia kupata tuweze ku break even. Manake tukipunguza hiyo bei matatu zitakuwa zinafanya kwa hasara.
He, however, praised the government for proposals aimed at addressing insurance challenges in the transport sector, as well as plans to remove taxes on electric vehicles, noting that the move is expected to make electric buses and vans more affordable and accessible to matatu circles and investors.
Magari electric, Machakos County, ni around 2 to 3%. Reason ni kwa sababu bei ya hizo magari imekuwa ghali sana. Lakini sasa vile rais amesema amepunguza mambo ya tax ama ametoa mambo ya tax kwa hizo magari za electric, najua sasa tutaweza watu wetu wataweza kununua hizo magari, tutaweza kuzinunua, tutasupport watu wetu kupitia SACCOs na vile vile hata banks. Initially banks walikuwa hawawezi kufinance mambo ya electric buses, hata mambo ya electric vans because bei yake ilikuwa juu sana. Lakini saa hizi vile bei sasa itateremka, najua tutaweza kuwasiliana na mabenki na najua wataweza kufinance our SACCOs na members wataweza kuzichukua.
He says the sector now hopes the government will continue reviewing fuel prices downward in the coming months to ease the burden on both operators and passengers.
Ni hiyo tu jambo ya mafuta, tunaendelea kuuliza serikali kama bado wanaweza endelea kushukisha hiyo bei. Manake tunapozungumza mambo ya bei ya diesel, hatuzungumzi kwa niaba ya watu wa matatu pekee yao. Tunazungumza pia kwa niaba ya mwananchi wa kawaida. Manake kila bidhaa kwa duka bei yake imepanda. Kwa hivyo tunataka tuulize serikali waendelee kuangalia mambo ya bei ya mafuta.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, I'm David Wekesa.
And from transport challenges affecting households across the country, let's now shift focus to the coastal region, where President William Ruto has begun his 5-day development tour of the coast region with the issuance of more than 33,000 title deeds to residents across 6 counties in what the government describes as a major step towards resolving decades-old land ownership disputes that have long affected the region. The coast has historically faced persistent challenges related to squatters, absentee landlords, and delayed land documentation, issues that leaders say have slowed development and fueled insecurity among local communities. The government now says the latest move is aimed at enhancing land ownership security, unlocking economic opportunities, and bringing lasting solutions to the squatter problem. Here is Gabriel Makoma with more.
President William Ruto led distribution of title deeds to residents of Coast Region at Mamangina Drive in Mombasa. Beneficiaries came from Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, Lamu, Tana River and Taita Taveta counties.
Leo hapa tunatoa title deeds 33,000 kwa wananchi wa sehemu mbalimbali. Lakini ya muhimu zaidi, nataka munisikize kwa makini, ni tatizo la absentee landlords, kwamba kuna wananchi wanaishi kwenye mashamba yenye watu wengine wako na hati miliki.
President Ruto said the government is committed to resolving historical land injustices and ensuring the residents receive legal ownership of their land. He noted that over 1.5 million title deeds have been issued across the country in the last 3 years, with more than 381,000 issued at the coast.
I am instructing the Ministry of Lands waende sasa wakatekate mashamba haya yote, kila mtu apimiwe shamba yake ndani ya siku 90, 90 days. Ndani ya siku 90 mimi narudi hapa kutoa hati miliki 200,000 ya hawa wananchi. Wananchi 1,000,000 watakuwa na hati miliki. They will call home a place they live today. They will stop being squatters. They will stop being strangers. They will be owners of land, homes to their children and to the future generations that they will give and bequeath this property.
Deputy President Kithure Kindiki described the exercise as the government's answer to the long-standing land question, while coast leaders praised the administration for delivering on its promises to residents.
Making sure that the coast is part of the development program of our country. And today we are here not to ask the land question, but to provide the land answer and the land solution.
Nyinyi mmeona nyinyi wenyewe, so kitu kizuri kinalipwa kitu kizuri.
Gabriel Mokoma, Taita Taveta.
And that story from Taita Taveta brings us to the end of this edition of Catholic Focus News Briefs. The Catholic Focus team continues to keep its eyes on the ground, tracking the voices, events, and issues that matter most. For these stories and much more, keep it Catholic Focus, where your stories matter. Masasha Elizabeth, together with Ken Mwangi on sign language interpretation, we say thank you for watching and stay blessed.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel.